Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Detroit Red Wings franchise mode here in NHL 21. So in last episode, we simmed the remainder of the season, and we finished the year 54, 17-11, and we're 7-3-0 in our last 10 going into the playoffs. But we have to take on a familiar foe here in the first round in the Tampa Bay Lightning, who went 41-30-11. Now, it's really scary to be playing them again because even though their roster has changed a bit since we played them last year, they are still a team that have beaten us in the postseason like 3 or 4 times already at this stage, which is pretty ridiculous. So I can't say for sure that our team is actually going to beat them, but I really hope we get the chance to do so this year because I don't want us to lose, for example, and then Anaheim, who has Rohan House and Philippe Guerin, to go on and win a Stanley Cup or something like that, because that would be the ultimate like dagger to the heart, so to speak. So anyways, I'll show you guys their roster again just in case you didn't catch the end of last episode. But the roster has changed a tiny bit. They still have some of their core together, like Enroth, Point, and I think I said Troy Terry was there last year. Yeah, and Troy Terry. But they did pick up Milano again, who wasn't there last season, but he was there for the years before that. They also have Francisco Pinelli still, but they also have 3 new acquisitions here, including William Nylander, who put up a really good season with them. They also brought in Jesper Boquist and Rudolph Balcers. And then they also have some guys that were playing in their AHL and as depth forwards for them last season. So yeah, I don't really know what to make of their offense. Their defense is still a little bit weak in terms of overall rating, but they still do have Sergachev and Hader, and I think Hecht and Halverson were there as well, but they did bring in somebody like Brendan Gooley and I think Adam Larson as well. And then goaltending wise, they're still running with Caden Primo, and then they also did decide to pick up a new goaltender in Marcel Cormier as well. And then their depth is still not great, I would say, but I can't really complain about what their team looks like because this team has been able to beat us so many times already that I can't say that for certain a good roster is going to beat a bad roster. It's always up in the air in terms of the simulations. So anyways, let's get up to the first round of the playoffs as we take on Tampa Bay. We got home ice advantage, and I'm really hoping we could use this 54 win season to our advantage here in the playoffs, and hopefully we could get past Tampa Bay, who only won 41 games. Because if we can't, I'm going to be a little bit pissed off with this team. Because I've already been pissed off with this team over like the last little while. And it seems like right now this could be one of those seasons that you have a really good regular season, but then you lose to a team that just barely made it in. And I don't want that to be the case. So anyways, let's get into game 1 here on home ice as we look to take a 1-0 series lead. Last year, I think we went all 7 games against them. So hopefully we could end this series faster than that this time. First period, and it's 2-0 for us. Tristan Wall opens the scoring, which had 18 goals during regular season, so always good to get the defenseman to score. And then also DeKaiser is going to score, so that's nice to see DeKaiser show up. He had like 30-something goals or 40-something goals for us during the regular season, so he's going to want a lot of money this offseason, but he might be the top-line replacement for Andrei Svechnikov in the offseason. Shots are 13-7 in favor of us. Second period, and of course we blow that 2-goal lead as William Nylander and Troy Terry score for them. It's a 2-2 game going into the third. Shots are 22-18 in favor of us. Can we please not blow this first game, boys? Who wants to score for us? Bouillon? You had 48 goals during regular season and you had 55 the year before. Come on, boys. Oh, it all comes down to our goaltending situation. As long as Punovs could do some good stuff for us. Come on, boys. And we are going to overtime in game 1. A lot closer than I thought it would be for this first game, considering they only won 41 games, but 31 shots to 27 in favor of the Lightning. Let's see what happens here in OT, and I don't like that they almost got a power play right off the gate, and they're going to win. William Nylander scores on the power play in overtime as we blew a 2-0 lead in Game 1 to a 41-win team, and we're trailing in the series like we've done so many times before. So Wall from Bouillon and Koleminainen, DeKaiser from Koleminainen, but then 3 unanswered goals from William Nylander and Troy Terry. So 2 of those goals from Nylander, who was a new offseason pickup by Tampa Bay. So we got to find a way to keep William Nylander off that puck. And we should be scoring more goals on an 81 overall goaltender than that. Oh, I'm really scared that we're going to get eliminated again, even though we played so good during the regular season. So that game I don't think was really on Punovs. Let me take a look at his stats from that game. Because if Punovs ever plays really bad, we might resort to playing in Nguyen, or I might even throw in Mui, even though Mui barely played during the season. So, yeah, that wasn't a bad game from Punovs. It was an OT loss, 909 save percentage, pretty much what he did during the regular season. So I'm just really hoping that he could bounce back from that game. Because if he doesn't, then I might have to resort to trying Nguyen or something. Because I'm doing whatever it takes to get this team the victories. Here we go, game 2, still on home ice. Can we take a tie series, head back to Tampa? That would be the hope, please. First period, scoreless. God damn it. Only 6 shots on goal, and they had 9. I do not like the way our team has been playing so far in the series. We're being outshot after 1. We've been pretty much tied the entire series with Tampa Bay, except for that OT where we lost. Second period, and we're trailing 1-0 as Troy Terry scores. It's only 1 goal on 24 shots, so Punovs has kept us in it, but our offense has really just dissipated in this series so far. Third period, come on, boys. If we lose this game, I am going to be a little bit upset, and I'm going to have to make some line adjustments. Because we literally had 54 wins this season. Please get the win. Are you kidding me? This is like every single season Milano scores to make it 2-0. We are really going to be eliminated in the first round, are we again? Or are we going to pull off one of those 3-0 comebacks or some shit? We get shut out by an 81 overall goaltender. Like, sure, Punovs had a great game. Means he's going to start next game still, but the offense has not been there. 2 goals, 4 in 2 games. And we haven't really scored since the second period, was it, of last game? Or of the first game? Let's make some line adjustments, because I don't know why this team is struggling. I think I'm going to move Koleinen up and put Matthews down. Our top line's been better than our first line, so we're going to just try our first line as our second line, because I'm not taking any shit this year. And then we're going to move Wong down since he might take too much PIMs. We're going to just try some random adjustments. Why is Savonin dropping off? What the heck? He dropped down to a 77 because of individual performance. What the heck? Okay, we're going to move Savonin to play with Walden. Even though Stewart was a plus like 65 during the season. We're going to try something like that and then put Biggs with Stewart. Whatever it takes to get Savonin back his happiness. Because I don't know why he just dropped off like that. Because he's been having some pretty solid defensive seasons. But he's not happy that we've been losing in the playoffs, I think. Which is not good because he's signed for one more season after this, technically. Okay, so those are the only adjustments we're going to make. Hopefully this team can wake up because I do not want to get swept or even close to swept by the Tampa Bay Lightning here. So we're down 0-2 in the series. Can we please win these games on the road in Tampa Bay, please? First period. And we're trailing again as Hader scores on Punovs. On the 7th shot only, they had that period. We had 10 shots and we still had not scored. We have not scored in like 6 periods, I think. I don't know why our offense is dried up all of a sudden. Second period, still down 1-0. What is happening with this team? Like, yeah, we're playing good defensively now, but we're not scoring goals. And Caden Primo is their starting goaltender. Oh, third period. Can we tie this up? Yes, we can. Nelson Perrin on the 4th line comes through. You gotta leave it to the 4th liners sometimes. Come on, boys. Can our top guns please get going, like Svechnikov or Matthews, Dingman, Bouillon? Power play opportunity late. We don't convert on it. And we're going to overtime. We're out shooting them 35-23. We could only score 1 goal so far on Primo in like 7 or 8 periods, I think now. Overtime underway. We need to win this game or else we're going down 0-3, boys. Come on. Who wants to score it? Powell? Oh my god. Are you kidding me? This game is so rigged. If we actually lose this round, I am going to be so mad. As Saint Denis makes it a 3-0 series lead for the Tampa Bay Lightning. As we are on the brink of being swept by a 41-win team. And somehow Caden Primo is playing like a god in net. Oh, I don't know what the problem is with this team. We're playing good defensive hockey, but we are not converting. Like, everybody on our team is below a point per game. Like, let's take a look at our player stats, actually, so far, because or else this episode is going to be very short. Like, literally, like, 2 points for Bullion and Kolymainen lead the team in points. There's 4. We only have 4 other players with 1 point. Everybody else is pointless on this team. And plus minus wise, we've been fine because we haven't allowed a lot of goals, but this team is just not getting it done. Goaltending is, but and defense is getting it done, but we're not scoring, and I do not know what the case is. Like last year was a lack of defense, this year's a lack of offense. Like, what could we do to get this team better? Okay, we're gonna go back to our original lines, but I'm going to change Kolymainen into Matthews still. And then I'm going to go back to normal on the bottom 6. And then defensively, we're going to go back to this. And yeah, Punovs has been good. Watch, this is going to be the one game that Punovs plays really bad in. I could always call up guys from the AHL, but I don't think I'm going to do that. Like, Hobbs is pretty much ready almost as well. Okay, so we're going to look to fight off elimination here. Actually, let me take a quick look at the team stats because I want to see if our power play has been struggling. Because if our special teams have been struggling, maybe we want to change up our special team units. Like, in terms of goals for, we are only averaging a goal a game. And we're averaging 2.33 against, which is pretty good. But we're not scoring. And our power play is 0 for 6 so far. Our penalty kill is killed off 8 of 10. So our penalty kill has been okay. It's not been great, so I'm going to change up our special teams, try and get our power play going, because our power play has not converted on 6 opportunities. We need those conversions. So let's try moving Bullion to the point, because Bullion's a great shooter. We're going to try moving to Kaiser to the point. And we're going to move Kolymainen into the top unit instead. And we're going to go like this. And we're going to go like this. And then penalty kill has been okay. Yeah, I think I'll leave the penalty kill the way it is. But yeah, hopefully that power play could get going because we are down 0-3. We need to win 4 straight games or else we're packing our bags in the first round again. Okay, here we go. Game number 4. Real-time simulation looking to fight off elimination. Can we win 4 straight games? Please. Penalty kill early here in game 4. We kill it off. Nicely done, boys. And they open the scoring. Enroth, but Dingman answers back, so that's one of our better players getting a goal for a change. Can we please get more than a goal in a game? Because we had 2 goals in game 1, 0 goals in game 2, 1 goal in game 3. We need to get that offense going. There you go. Bullion scores. That's another top guy that has not scored yet. They weren't power play goals, but we are being outshot 12-8. But we got 2 goals in a game for the first time since game 1, which was the closest game in the series. Here we go. Second period. Come on, guys. Let's add to this lead. Like Svechnikov, Matthews, those type of guys. We need goals. Garon. Or not Garon. What the fuck is his name? The third line center, Powell. I called on Garon, and Garon's in Anaheim. Tucker scores to make it 3-1. Powell scores. That's who I wanted to see score. And it's 4-1. We finally have scored 4 goals in a game. We're outshooting them 20-18. You got to keep up like this, though, the next few games as well, guys. You can't just score all these goals this one game, okay? You got to be sure that you can play good next game, the game afterwards if there's a game, and the game after that. Because I do not want to lose to Tampa Bay, please. If we come back from a 3-0 series deficit, I think we have a good shot at the cup, because usually when you come back from a 3-0 series deficit, your team just goes on a dynamite tear afterwards. But who knows? We're still a long ways away. Dingman from Kolymainen and Svechnikov, Bouillon from Matthews and Kaiser, Tucker from Powell and Wong, and Powell from Savonin. 3 stars in that game. Punov's with another great playoff game, so maybe he actually is our playoff goaltender we needed. And then Powell is the 2nd star with 2 points, and Tucker the 3rd. So a good game from the boys. Hopefully they can keep it up. That's a good defensive game again. So we've had actually 4 straight good defensive games. It's just we lost those other 3 games because our offense wasn't showing up. So here we go, game number 5. Can we make this a 3-2 series, not a 4-2? What the heck? A 3-2 series with a win on home ice, please, boys. Another real-time simulation. Penalty kill, nicely done. Come on, boys. Matthews, I'm calling upon you. I have not seen you score any goals yet. Power play opportunity, we don't succeed on that. That's not good. Penalty kill, nicely done. Come on, boys. And it's scoreless after 1. Shots are 11-8 in favor of Tampa Bay, but it's scoreless after the first period. Second period, come on, boys. Who wants to score for us, Mr. Bouillon? Anybody? Svechnikov, you haven't even scored actually at all this playoffs either. Penalty kill, and they score, and it's Nylander on the power play. That is not good. Watch, we had all of our offense is going to be in that last game we just played. Come on, boys. And it's a 1-0 for them after 2. Shots are 21-19. So Punov's has still been really good. But our offense looks like it might have just dropped off a cliff again after a 4-goal game. Unless somebody wants to show up here in the 3rd period. Come on, boys. Are we going to be packing our bags in the 1st round again? Come on, Bouillon. Oh my god, Saint Denis scores. Are you kidding me? This game is literally going to cause me to have a brain aneurysm. And our offense is not going to get it done, right? Dingman scores to make it 2-1. Can we tie it late, please? Please. Power play. We don't score on it, and we are eliminated in 5 games by a 41 win team. And we lose to Tampa Bay again. I am literally repeating myself every single season at this stage. What is with this team? Dingman scores the only goal in that game from Kolymainen and Svechnikov. But literally, these last few years, we have not found a good playoff simulating goaltender. Punov's proves to be that playoff simulating goaltender. But in this case, our offense doesn't show up like past seasons because I traded away Guerin. So what the heck is the problem? Is it the problem that I have not good coaches that don't have good playoff numbers, or what? Because this should not be happening. I don't know how many times it's been now we've lost in the 1st round. I feel like it's been 6 or 7 times almost at this stage. How do you lose to a team that bad? Sure, yeah, they might have a good coach and they might have finished bad during the regular season, but they should not be eliminating a team like this in 5 games. That is not realistic at all. Look at this stats during the regular season. We finished with, how many points more than them is 26 more points than them during the regular season. We had 13 more wins. We had 13 less losses. We had the same amount of OT losses, 10 more ROW. We scored just a bit more than they did, so we were actually kind of close on that front. But we played much better defensively. And they had a really bad defensive season by playoff team standards, but they somehow played us. We allowed 50 less goals than they did. Our power play was much better, but it did not do that in the playoffs. Penalty kill wise was also close, but still, this should not be happening. Sure, they went 8-0-2 going into the playoffs, but his team should not be that good in the first round. Like, I am kind of fed up at EA in this stage because it's EA's fault. They don't have a good sim engine. Like, the logic in it is not realistic at all. Like, Coley Mine 4 assists in 5 games is okay, but like, I'm paying this guy $9 million to put up 1 assist in 5 games. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, literally, there was no offense from this team at all, hardly. And then a guy that had 48 goals in the regular season could only put up 1 goal in 5 games. And then defensively, no points at all, hardly, from the back end. And then goaltending-wise was great. But there was no offensive numbers from a team that was one of the best in the NHL. Like, the best had 4 points in 5 games. And the most goals this series was Dingman with 2 goals. While we lost to a team that had like 41 wins, and somehow their top guys, even though they were under point per game, all of them, they somehow managed to win all these close games with a team as good as us. And how it is an 81 overall goaltender outduel an 85? How does that happen? It just doesn't. Oh, like, we're out in the first round again. And watch, Anaheim or who else is it? Buffalo's gonna go on to win a Stanley Cup. Like, if Anaheim goes on to win a cup with the Rohan House and Guerin, I am going to be even more fed up than I am now. This is ridiculous. Like, our AHL team at least is... Oh, they just got swept as well, even though they're a really deep AHL team. I swear I hate this game sometimes. Like, it is getting on my nerves. Okay, let's sim to the draft so we can find out all those retirements and stuff like that. But this offseason is going to be a tough one because we're going to be losing some big names. And our team's probably not going to be as good as they were this season. And if Anaheim goes on to win a cup, I am going to be a little bit flabbergasted. And look at that. Rohan House and Guerin have won the Stanley Cup in Anaheim. How? How? I'm going to repeat myself again. How? Like, this game is a joke. I am so pissed off now. Like, Anaheim goes on to win a Stanley Cup. They had 2 series that went to 7 games. They go to 6 games in the conference finals, then win in 5 in the Stanley Cup finals. But seriously, how? Those 2 guys literally were on our roster, and they all of a sudden just have really good seasons that they would never have had with us. Like Rohan House, for example. With us back here, he was putting up an average about 30 wins a season. And it was like, yeah, he's playing pretty good during the regular season, but his playoff numbers were never there. His first playoffs with a new team, he goes 16-6-2 with a .911 save percentage, which is one of his best ever, and it's 2.67 goals against average. Like, he completely outperformed every single season he had with us in his first season with a new team. Like, this guy's not a playoff goaltender, but apparently he is with other teams. And then, for example, Philippe Guerin. He was a pretty solid player with us, 61 points last season, but he gets traded there, puts up 48 points only, which is not a lot, and then goes to the playoffs, puts up 13 points in the postseason, which is something that he never did with us either. And he somehow, even though he was a -4, goes on to win a Stanley Cup too. Like, yes, I'm happy for those guys, but I am very pissed that the sim engine thinks that these guys were better on a different team than with our team. Because our team was stacked when we had Guerin in-house. But now that we don't have them, our team can't win in the postseason either. It just doesn't make sense. Let's take a look at those awards for the season, and then we'll sim to the draft and all that. And I'll show you guys the draft class, the progress reports, and that'll be it for this episode. So Anaheim wins the Stanley Cup. That sucks. Buffalo wins the President's Trophy. Anaheim and the Islanders in the Cup Finals. Ola Olsen wins the Art Ross for the second time in 3 seasons. Ola Olsen also wins the Hart. Rasmus Dahlin's going to win his 4th straight Norris. Ryan Merkley's going to win the Lady Byng. Bootland's going to win the Calder. Jero Stillman wins the Conn Smythe for Anaheim. Punovs did win the Vezina in his first season in the NHL, so that's pretty crazy. And that's good for us, our first ever Vezina Trophy winning goaltender, but we don't win a cup. Punovs also is going to win the Jennings, which is nice. Juntinen wins the Masterton. Supra wins the Adams. Tashirgal wins the Selke. Olsen the Lindsay. And Henley and Olsen split the Richard. AHL-wise, did we win any awards down there? No, we did not. Oh, I'm losing my voice and I'm getting fed up with this game. I don't know why this team can't win. Like, I'm sorry I'm complaining a lot, but you guys would understand probably. So Philadelphia gets number 1. Pittsburgh jumps from 13 to number 2. And then the Rangers have number 3 in the draft. Let's take a look at those retirements for the 2032-33 season. So I don't think we lost anybody really, so I'm just going to go to our retirements. Detroit. Yeah, we didn't lose anybody. Coaching wise, we did not lose a single coach, which is good. And we did lose a scout from the SHL. And that is that. Okay, let's take a look at the draft class and the progress reports, and then that'll be it. But once again, our team's going to have to go through a lot of changes this offseason. So there's the top prospect. We're probably drafting where? Like 20-something? Yeah, we're drafting 25th overall. That's just what I wanted to see. 25th overall. Which has us potentially being able to get somebody like Krause. I don't even know what we really want to go for at the draft, but whatever you guys want. Maybe another defenseman because Stapleton might be decent. There's also Kiprusoff. A lot of these guys don't even look that great. It's going to be another bad draft. Potentially. Let's just sort by potential just to see if there's any low elites to pin. Any low elites. Potentially this defenseman, Mr. Quincy Berry. He looks okay. I'll pin him. Why not? And that is the draft class. Let's take a quick look at those progress reports. So Svechnikov is dropping off. He's going to definitely go to free agency this year. But a lot of statistical growth from guys like Bullion, Koimainen, etc. Wall's going to want a huge contract this offseason, which is not good. And then who else's contracts are up? I actually checked that as well. And is that natural growth from Punos? Yeah, that's natural growth. So Alexei Punos up to an 86. That's pretty nice. And then in the system, we are getting growth from Maximus Stevenson as well as Allen. Defensively, we're getting some growth from our prospects down there, which is good. Danfus is up to a 69. And then wingers are getting some growth. Alexandrov. Garrison's staying at like a 74, which I don't understand. He's not getting development. That's kind of sucks, because if he doesn't make the NHL after all that hyping up, I'm going to be kind of mad. And getting some development from Acker and from some of our centers like Hobbs. Let's take a look at our contracts that are up for renewal this offseason. We're not going to have probably a lot of cap space to work with, but Svechnikov more than likely is gone. He wants like $12 million, which is a lot of money. If we want to bring back Wall, we have to give him like $13 million, which is a lot of money. And then DeKaiser also, his contract's up. He wants $10 million, which is not bad, I would say. Pow's going to get like 3.8, something like that. Lacerte's contract is up and he wants $6 million bucks. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of changes to this team this offseason. Larson wants 5.6. 1.5 for Petrovic. Yeah, this is going to be a very tough offseason for this team in terms of who we're losing and whatnot. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of our Detroit Red Wings franchise mode. So in next episode, we will take it to the draft and re-sign stage. And hopefully this team can sometime get over this hump, because this is starting to look like a horrible series that I've run so far. So anyways, let me know what you guys think down below. and I'll see you guys next time.